What's going on, everybody? It's Adivas here. We're doing a quick rundown of Filia to help out any new parties who want to get into the character or the game. First off, her normals. We'll start with her stand jab. It's a 5-frame button. Fastest jab in the game. One of two. That's 5 frames. Yes, two, because it's Fortune and her. It has a pretty high hitbox on it. So like maybe your fastest button. Let me see. I'm looking for. Oh, it's already on it. Okay. There we go. So like she's doing that. It's on repeat. Yeah, see. While it may be your fastest button, a lot of characters who will hit their low short first will end up like going right under it and beating you clean out. So keep in mind the hitbox on it is not that good. What's better is her low jab. It's 1 frame slower, so it's 6 instead of 5. But for one, it's more plus on block, so it's +6. And the hitbox is just better. Like honestly, it's just better. You can chain them both twice, by the way. You can chain this twice. You can chain that twice. All right. Hitbox is pretty much better. It's not a low BTW. I'm just gonna show all that off real quick. There we go. Oh wait, she's still crouching. There you go. See, it's not a low. It's not a low, but it is +6 on block, and you can't just crouch slide kick under it. So there's that. Most characters can't just crouch slide kick under it. Stand short. It's not good. It's just really not. There's nothing else to say about it. It's just like combo fodder, really. Like it's 9 frames, and like the hitbox looks kind of nice on it, but like, you know, you could probably do some like jank anti-airing with it. I'm looking for this. It's still on that. Wild. Doop. There we go. So like you can sort of do that, I guess, but boom, I got destroyed. Like it's 9 frames. It's not really good like light button. She has better anti-airs than this anyway. But you know, if you want to be one of those people, you can go for it. Anywho, her low short, 7 frame low. This is her low starter. As you can see, it's a low. It's +6 on block, so it's immediately better than this. Because not only is it +6 just like this, it's also a low. It's 1 frame slower. Do keep that in mind. So generally, you don't necessarily need to use her jabs, because her low short is just really good. But her jabs are there, right? They're both faster than her low short, and they both hit higher. So who knows, right? Low +6, you can do a lot with it. You can start your combos with it. So let me take her off a block. Now, just generally speaking, if you want to force the opponent to block low, there you go. If you expect them to not block low at all, you know, you can confirm off of it. That's pretty much all there is to say about your low short. Stand strong. Stand strong, 13 frames. It reaches decently far. Everyone talks about this button due to the fact that it has. I'm not on 100% health. I'm gonna do this before she dies. There we go. So everyone talks about this button because it's +8 on block, and everyone's like, "Wow, that's so much block stun." But a lot of times you're not really going to be using it for the block stun. For one, what are you going to do over here? There's really not much you can do. You can like air dash in, but like understand that that's like I want to say like 14 frames, because this is 11 frame overhead, and you have to account for the distance it takes for you to get in there. So, but like, and you're not really close enough for your low short. So if you're doing it from up close, so like, okay, cool, you can jump to your low short, and you have this overhead. But like, honestly, that's what your low short is for. Your low short is for like doing things like this, not really your stand medium punch. But you know, it just ends up getting push blocked anyway. You're better off committing to the light rather than the medium. Because what are you gonna do from over here? Now you're +5. It's whatever. What is interesting about this button is not the block stun, but the hit stun, because the hit stun is long enough for situations for where your opponent's airborne and you want to get them back into a restanding position. So like that works, versus if I didn't do, see, she's still standing, I still got the ground bounce, or you know, let me see, let me do like, yeah, right, or heck. See, that becomes awkward too, so like this just makes everything easier. See, also, fun fact, we'll talk more about her snap later, but just real quick, her snap's not the best. That's a pretty small attack box, so in situations where you can get the happy birthday combo, a lot of people, okay, that worked. That still worked. Cerebella's really big. Yeah. Well, regardless, there are situations where like, let me do, there we, ah dang, I still got it. I'm amazing. There we go. That's the part where like it will just whiff one of the characters, whether it hit the miss the point character or miss the assist character. This prevents those situations. You can always just do that, and that will always and just as I say that, I drop it. That will always work. There we go. Okay, so there. That's the most beneficial thing in my opinion. Not much else to say. Oh, you're on tech throws. Stop that. Alright. Oop. Next is her low strong. 13 frames. It's a launcher, so you can jump cancel this, but like it doesn't launch very high, so you generally don't really use it as such. She gets low to the ground, but like honestly the hitbox on it is fine-ish. Like it looks fine, right? But it's not as good as like Fukua's, because while it's a pretty big attack box on it, it doesn't have the low hurt box that Fukua's has. So if I were to, ooh, not that close, get away from me, right here. So if I was to do like this, right, that can work if you time it really well. See, there you go. With Fukua, it's not that hard to time this. With Filia, it could be a little tricky. You really had to be ready, and it just doesn't hit behind it, so it feels bad. But yeah, no, she still has, like, it's an okay anti-air, but you know, it's not like the greatest. Oh, let me, all right. So yeah, there's not much else to say about it. It's whatever. Stand forward. It's combo fodder. This thing is nothing. I mean, there's like a neat thing where you can do like the wing zero, where like you do this and you go low, or you do this and you like go overhead, or you do this and you throw them. You know, you can do all sorts of stuff, but like it, aside from that, it pretty much has like no use. It's just whatever. Hitbox is pretty meh. Low forward is really good. So it's 10 frames. It's multi-hit, so it's pretty easy to hit confirm. It's really easy to just go like, oh, that's hitting, and then like just, you know, combo. Combos really well from her first low, her fastest low, her crouch side kick, which is good. The other thing about it is that it vacuums, so even from like max range, because like if you do this, that's not gonna work, right? You're gonna whiff that. It's not happening. That's not happening, right? It can happen if you're close enough, but like if you happen to just be like right outside the range, you're just gonna cry. And you don't want to cry. This will work no matter what. See, no matter how far away I am, it will still combo, and because it vacuums as in pulls them in towards you, this will always work. So it has its use. Other thing to know about it is that it does put Filia pretty low to the ground, so she can go under a lot of things, such as I'm looking for. There it is. No. So she can go under things such as like the jab. See, goes right under. Like I said, that jab is pretty bad. It hits pretty high. You can go under things like that. It can go under things like, ooh. Oh, I did do it right. Alright, cool. You can go into things like, you know, the tier shots. So yeah. See, that doesn't do it. See? So it's pretty good. For like, you know, dealing with like certain zoning patterns and going under a lot of things. Because it shrinks your hurt box. Not much else to say. So you got your stand fierce. This is your launcher. There's 12 frames. This is pretty much your go-to. Ooh, let me just fix that. There we go. I'm over here now. This is pretty much your go-to launcher. Extend your combos and whatnot. Yeah, so the launcher, it hits really high. This is pretty much your go-to anti-air. But keep in mind, so Filia doesn't really have really amazing anti-airs. They're like amazing for their attack box, but they suck because of their hurt box. It's just the theme of her anti-airs. So like, it hits on both sides. It's really big, but if you notice, it puts her hurt box all the way up there. You can hit that. So, but it is 12 frames. I wish Parasol had a 12 frame overhead anti-air. But you know, so yeah, so if someone's just jumping, where is it? There it is. So if someone's just jumping, it hits, and like I said, it hits on both sides. Oops. That's never neat. It's also actually real quick. No, I'm blocking. There we go. It's also like the safest launcher in the game. Most launchers are like -11 or so. This is -4, which is pretty neat for a launcher actually. So like that's to say that nothing will punish this. Not even like a jab. There are certain things in the game that can punish it, but you probably don't even have to really worry about those until they happen. You know, things like SSJ or diamond drop, you know, until it happens, it's like whatever. But let's just say this is just safe for now. I'm looking for, there it is. So like, she'll jab, and she'll do it as a reversal. So see, free block. So her jab is 5 frames, so it will never punish this in time. Because I'm only -4. So I can block her jab. I can DP it. You know, I can... Oops. I can super. So yeah. It's whatever. You pretty much are just safe after blocking. Or after they block it. You don't have to worry about much. Low fierce. It's 12 frames. It reaches pretty far. It looks like a pretty decent poke. It's not as good as Fukuas or doubles though, because it again hurt box. Pretty decent anti-air, but you know, again, running theme with Filia. Amazing attack box for her anti-airs. Bad hurt boxes. So like it can work. Let's see that traded. So it can work if you're ready for it. So, you know, if you want to be that guy that practices it, then by all means, go for it, because it's there. But, it's definitely, not as good as a button as, like, some of the other characters. But still strong. You can confirm off of it. No, she's on block, okay. But, like, it can be weird, because, like, Double has like Celia's side, Fuku has like, you know, her shadows and like fireballs and BFF and stuff, right? Filia, in order to confirm off of this, because like this doesn't work. Wow, there we go. See, that doesn't work. That works if you're close enough, but if you're doing it from the tip, see, so pretty much you just have to one button hit confirm into like, oh, that hit at Gregor. There you go. But otherwise, no, you're not really going to confirm off of that. Now, if it is off of a, if it's on an airborne opponent, it ground bounces if you can't tell. So, God, I am trading. There you go. It ground bounces, so you can do that. That's pretty neat. Next is her stand roundhouse. So her stand roundhouse is pretty neat because it can low crush. It also moves her backwards. I'm not sure what frame it low crushes on. Pretty sure it's not frame 1 though, because that'd be stupid. But as far as like low crush, so like, if I was to tell her to do that, right? So she does that. I'm not close. There we go. See? Go right over it. Like I said, it moves her backwards, so you can move out of the way of a lot of stuff and then go over a lot of things. Let's see. So that's neat. It knocks away. It wall bounces in the corner. See, you can OTG off of it. Alright. You can confirm off the mid screen. It's just a little tricky at certain distances. Like if I was closer, see, now it's easy. But from like over here, it's like, like the easiest way to do it is just like, oh, that hit, and just do that. So there's that about it. Not much else to say. Next is her sweep. It's a sweep, so it knocks down, soft knockdown, so you can't combo off of it. Like no matter what I do, if as long as they tech, no matter what I do, it's not gonna like hit them. See, so it's a sweep, standard sweep. But the cool thing about it is that it moves her forward and it makes her hurt box go all the way down there, so you can go under things again, like the jab, like the tier shot. Oops, wrong button. See, goes right under. So that's neat. Let me turn her hurt boxes off. All right. Oh yeah, and of course it's a sweep, so it breaks armor. I have her on SHAREfactory though. Oh well. Well, just take my word for it. It breaks armor because it's a sweep. Sweeps break armor in this game. That's all her ground normals. Yes. Okay. So air normals. Jump light punch is amazing. It's like really good. 7 frames. It has a pretty good, decent hitbox on it. Alright, let me slow it down. Like, look how big that is. It's pretty good. This is pretty much your go-to air-to-air. So I say Filia's anti-airs are okay, just because like, wow, they have really big attack boxes, but like it's really easy to just like clip her because the hurt boxes are still there on all her anti-airs. But even though the hurt box is still there on this air-to-air, the attack box on it just is so good. It's so good. So if someone tries to jump in at you, Ooh, let me just get that off the screen. There you go. Alright, so if someone like jumps in at you, right? You know, Filia players sometimes like jump back, air dash forward, jump medium punch, right? Oops, I didn't even hit it. There you go. See? You can jump forward with it. You can jump back with it. You can neutral jump with it. It's really, really strong. Ooh, that is trading. There we go. The only thing that's awkward about it is like confirming it, because like, so if you jump forward, you can like do some stuff like that. You know, whatever. Right? If you neutral jump, it could be a little awkward. You can still air dash. See? Right? If you jump backwards, you can still also air dash, but I honestly feel like the most consistent thing is just the air ball. Wow, I missed it. Well, you get the idea. There's that. Jump light kick. Oh yeah. Well, real quick about her jump light punch. Well, since I'm talking about her air normals, I should go over her air dash real quick. So, she is a rushdown character, and she's one of the faster rushdown characters in the game, because this game has 4 frames of jump startup, meaning, when you jump, there's 4 frames that you can't do anything except for, you know, like block, right? So like, you basically just can't input anything up and while you're rising. See, like, it's 4 frames, so that's what keeps you from like getting a button like all the way down here while rising, right? No matter how fast you do it, you have to go through the 4 frames of jump startup first. So there's 4 frames of jump startup in this game, and she has an air dash, and Filia can air dash after leaving the ground as fast as frame 5. So she air dashes really quickly. Let's just say that. Alright. You have her jump light punch is not a good air dash in button. You can't really overhead with this, not up close. You can't even really do it in the corner. You can on some characters, but on other characters like Filia herself, see, that whiffs. Not a good overhead tool. You can do it from a distance though, as long as you know your spacing. Like I said though, amazing air to air though. It's amazing. Light kick is pretty much your go-to overhead button. It's 7 frames, and like I said, there is 4 frames of jump startup in this game, and you air dash on frame 5. So this is pretty much a 11 frame overhead, because it's 7 frames plus 4, 11 frames. 11 frame overhead. You're not reacting to that. It's really fast. Frame off a bit pretty easily with like jump heavy kick. Yeah. Not much else to say about it. It's just your overhead. You have jump strong. It's multi-hit. This is pretty much the button people used to jump in with, and for good reason. It's just because it's really easy like to hit with. It hits under her. It can cross up at certain angles, but I wouldn't like rely on it. See? Wow, hit there. Wow, I'm amazing. But yeah, I wouldn't rely on it. I also really wouldn't air dash in with it. She has better air dash options. For example, even from like a distance, this is way better than that in my opinion. But it's multi-hit, so it can like shred through some armor. It's easy to hit confirm. It's pretty good at dealing with push block because of the multi-hit. A lot of people want to let me get her in the corner. People want to like mash on push block in this game, so I have her on all block. No, I don't. There you go. Be good for like setups like that. Right. So yeah, Yeah, that's all I really can say about that. It's not super special. Oh yeah, I guess I could just go over like the other option, which is just like, you know, so beating push spot like that, or you know, just falling down. If you think they think they're gonna throw, you're gonna throw them. So yeah. Next is her jump forward. This button, her jump medium kick. I have hitboxes on, so I sometimes just do not see them. There we go. Jump medium kick. It has 2 hits to it, but generally you'll never see the second hit. Because the first hit is just really good. Fun fact, this is her farthest reaching air normal from an IAD. So like, that's not gonna hit, right? Actually, let me turn on the grip so I can like really like give you like an idea. So that doesn't hit from there, right? Do it again. Okay, if I like, you know, do the air dash like super late, right? That also does not hit from there, right? But this, okay, I do have to be a little bit closer. So like, right there you go. See, that hits. See, so it's pretty much our furthest reaching button from an IAD. You know, you're still plus 16, so you can do a whole bunch of stuff. It's crazy. It's also really good for setting up a lot of her mix-ups, her resets and stuff. So like, you know, stuff like this. Oops, I messed up. Right, you know, you got stuff like that. Oops. I messed it up. Whatever. But yeah, no, it's really good for setting up her stuff. So yeah. Like I said, you pretty much will never really see the second hit. It's there, and it can be used for certain things, but its uses are very limited. So like, you can use something like that works. That's all I can really think of right now. Next is her jumping fierce. Oh yeah, her jumping fierce. This is pretty much her go-to poke from neutral. Like if you want to IAD in, so like if you want to dash in and go low, like that's obviously what you do. If you want to dash in and go overhead, this is pretty much what you do. Because it's a really big hitbox. So we already established that jumping medium kick is the farther reaching, but nope, like if someone is like jumping around and stuff, it can be pretty hard to pin them down with this button because the only attack box is her foot. So you can just easily whiff. See, you can just easily whiff. Versus if you use hard punch, see, doesn't matter if she's on the ground or in the air, I'm hitting because it's just that big. So this is why this is your go-to poke versus this. Even though this reaches farther, this was way bigger. You can confirm off of it with jump heavy kick, but it's better to just not use that at all because it's like right here. Yeah, see, boom, there you go. That whiffed. It's busting up on its own. See, plus 19. You have plenty of time. You can do whatever you want. You can go that into that, and that works. So yeah. So there's some cool stuff you can do with the two. You can set up like pretty gimmicky cross unders. I messed that up. Blah blah blah, etc. This, you know, it's a Skullgirls character. There's a lot of freeform going on. But next is a jump heavy kick. Her jumping roundhouse. It hits below her. It's also her go-to cross up. Oh, and by the way, it's not overhead. See, she blocks that crouching. But yeah, it's her go-to cross-up. Like I said, you can cross-up with jump medium punch, but like, I wouldn't rely on it. This is way more consistent. See? Not messing it up. Alright. It also stops all her air momentum. So like, see how I'm rising? I stop for a bit. Or like, if I just do it instantly, like I fall like immediately. So yeah. There's like a really cool thing in this game where I'm looking for a meter. None to start with. There's a let me get rid of that. So there's a really cool thing in this game where like if you don't have any meter at all, whiffing normals gives you meter, and the higher level the normal is, the more meter you get. So like I do lights and like I get a little bit of meter. I do mediums, I get a lot more meter. I do heavies, I get a lot more meter, right? And so because this is a heavy button and because she can just kind of like do it, like you can just kind of gain meter with her. You can't gain meter by jumping backwards. You have to either neutral jump or jump forward. But if you need a bar, you can just quickly like whip these and you're good. So yeah. Let me put the meter back on. There we go. Okay, so anything else to say about? Oh yeah, it's your pretty much your go-to hit confirm, but I really wouldn't rely on it for hit confirming from her air normals like that. Like that works, right? Like ooh, combo, or you know you do this, or you know you can do this, right? Pretty much your go-to. But do note, so if they block this, ooh, they're still on push block. Let me take that off. Yeah. Alright, so they block this, you're +9. They block this, you're +6. They block this, +8, +15, you know, +14, you know, you're really plus, right? So it's like, wow, it can hit confirm for me and it keeps me plus. Like, why should I do it all the time? Well, here's why. If they're jumping and you do one of these, -11, right? Because of the land cancel. Because when you land from block stun in this game, as in like when you touch the ground while you're blocking, your block stun immediately goes away. So if you do this to someone who is in the air and you was not paying attention, you just kind of like autopiloted it, you probably died. Yeah, very minus. A lot of people who play against Filia will up back a lot because blocking her can be difficult, and if she commits to the heavy kick, you get your turn back. Plus, even if she does hit you, she used up her OTG, so it does limit her a little bit. Make her not do as much damage, or make her not have certain access to certain routes, etc, etc. Yeah. That's it about that normal. That's it about her, all her normals actually, right? Yeah. That was everything. Okay. So, special moves. Her fireball motion. Or her Hadouken. Alright, 2-3-6, core circle forward. It's the Riglet Spike. It's a projectile, but like it's not really good for controlling space, or you know, for zoning, etc, etc, because like it doesn't control that much space at all. The H1 doesn't even go full screen. Look at that. What they are good for is for checking the opponent and like, you know, counter zoning. Because like for one, she gets really low to the ground, so for things like, you know, napalm shot, you know, see she goes right under it. So like against like certain parasols, you can like, woo, clip them. I messed up again. There we go. She'll go right under. The other thing to note is that when it hits, it causes a capture state. So you have like plenty of time to like realize that like, oh, that hit. Right, and you know, whatever that is that you do. I honestly though, this is probably like easy. Oh, that hit. See. Let's see. They're also projectiles, like I said. The capture state's actually longer on OTG. See, you have way more time, and in fact, that's actually how you confirm off of your throw. Is what I would say. I'm not good apparently. Wow, air dash, please. Thank you. So yeah. You can use them in block strings. What I'm looking for. Yeah, there we go. So you know you can do this in a block string, but do keep in mind you're -7, so you can get punished by jabs that are fast enough, as well as some other things. But the reason why you would use these in a block string is because they're really, really active, and they stay active even if Filia gets hit. So I'm going to do this. Not that. Alright, cool. Alright, so she's gonna do that, right? So DP1, because that is my DP. There's a way to make that not work. There we go. Oops. No. Still work. Oh, well, it doesn't work sometimes. But let me do this. See? It'll beat out a lot of reversals. You know, they try to push block. There we go. It's because I'm not push blocking. I'm stupid. Right. Wow. See? Can be pretty hard. There is a way to beat that though. See? And like I said, it's -7. So if your jab is fast enough, you can punish it, although it's pretty tight. Like, ooh, I'm not getting this at all. There it is. So yeah, you can. And of course, anything that's like fast enough. That's fast enough. I've done it before. Thank you. Alright. Oops, that's one word. Yeah, see. So yeah. That's pretty much it for Wrinklet Spike. Has a capture state. Capture state is longer on OTG. It doesn't go away if Filia gets hit, but it's also not really good for zoning. However, she does really, really low to the ground, so it's pretty good to go under a lot of things like Parasol's napalm shots or like a jab or a lot of other stuff. It's really good for checking people from far away. Next is your DPs. You got your light, your medium, and your heavy. Do note that medium and heavy are more hits. So medium's 2 hits, and then heavy's 3 hits. So they're definitely more damage. But I would always recommend using the light version. 1, it's 8 frames, so it's faster. 2, it's really easy to confirm it into Gregor and then get a full combo. Alright. You can do the same with the other 2, but see, look, that whiffed. You have to time it really, really well. And even if it whiffs, you can still get a combo, but you use your OTG there. Yeah, see? You can make it awkward. It's always better to do that. Plus, pretty sure, yeah, see, they don't always, they hit multiple times based on like when they're hitting, and so if you're not ready, you have less time. It can be a little awkward, so you just want to use light. So yeah, not much else to say. It's a DP. It's invincible. Like, it's invincible for a lot. 5, 10, 12. That's 12 frames of invincibility, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 frames, 4 active frames. So 4 of the amount of active attack boxes on it are invul. So it's pretty invincible. Your standard DP. It's minus as fuck, like minus 85 on whiff, and if it's blocked, it's like what, minus 59. Like holy crap. So yeah. Next is her hairballs. So she has a ground version and an air version to these. The light and medium aren't too useful. Like, you pretty much will only really see the heavy as far as like the grounded versions go. Although do note that you can use them to confirm. So say for instance that you didn't do this, or you were too far away, or you like autopiloted that, or autopiloted that, so now you can't get this, right? Well, in order to continue, one of the things you can definitely do is you can definitely do that and do hairball. Not H though. H won't work. But if you do, wow, if you do light, I messed up. So you can pick up, right? Or you know, you can do it with medium, but it's a little trickier. Yeah, so it's pretty tricky, but you can do it. And like I said, with the heavy version, you can't do it at all. See, they're way too far away. Right? That's pretty much the only really use for like the grounded light and medium one. You pretty much will just use the heavy one for like combos, and also note that it does a lot a chip. Like how much chip that does. Oh, let me take it off refill. There we go. Yeah, look at that chip. Pretty good chip. You know, if you do a combination of this plus into this, good amount, right? Okay. So that's something. So other than the ground versions, like I said, she has air versions, which are really, really good. Light makes you go up really high. Do keep in mind there's like a green little light next to your meter. Where it says number 3 at, there's a green light. That light tells you when you can call your assist. So I'm gonna call my assist. It turns red because my assist's on the screen, and therefore I can't call it again. Right? So when you super jump, right, it turns red. It means you can't call your assist. So I'm going to turn on hip display. See, I'm mashing it, and it's not letting me get my assist out until I touch the ground. Right? So if you want to get up that high with Filia, who does not have a double jump, mind you, you can do airball, and as soon as the airball is over, you can call your assist. So you can get that high, call the assist, you know, come down with something, air dash, right? Oops, I had super jumped. Right? She pretty much can like avoid a lot of stuff and be able to call her assist from a very safe position on the screen. So that's pretty strong. Then you got the M version, which goes straight forward. Oh, and do keep in mind her air balls, you can air dash cancel them. As soon as they're done, you can just air dash right after. The M, that's pretty much the main one you're going to really see, because you know it moves her like straight forward, and well, I guess you just go over a bunch of stuff and then come down with the button. I like to TK it, so that's pretty cool in my opinion. Oops, I grounded. Right. I like to TK it. You can push block it. And if you push block it, you can punish it. Where is push block? So if I put you on first, you can go once. We can put you on. Alright, we can do that. Put it on reversal. Do this. So, yeah, see? And she pretty much has to air dash. She can't block right after. So yeah. Heavy is pretty much for combos. So like if you have them in the air, right, you want to bring them back down to the ground, heavy is usually the way to go. And do remember that like we talked about the air to airing with the jump light punch, which, you know, if you saw, I was using hairball, the H1. Convert that. So real quick though, she can only air dash after a hairball in the middle of a combo once per combo. So that is to say, like, if I do a simple air dash combo with no airball in it, let me see, I can do, so there's my air dash, I air dash again, right? But if I do hairball air dash, see, I'm mashing it, I couldn't get the airball. You only get it once per combo. Alright, next is her supers. So you got Gregor Samson. It's pretty much your go-to super. It's 8 frames. It's not blockable after the super flash. I mean, depending on how close you are, I mean. So like, she's going to do this, right? So if I'm over here, right, I can hold back after the flash and I'll block it. See? Right? But if I'm in her face and I hold back after the flash, I'm gonna get hit because it has hit stop. So it has hit stop and it's a pretty fast super. So like if I take off the super flash right here, see how fast that is? So like you're not blocking that up close unless you like block before it comes out. But over here it's like, okay, yeah, I can totally block that. See? So yeah, it's her go-to combo starter. Well, not combo starter, her go-to super. It can give her confirms off a lot of things, like, you know, the Riglets and like other stuff. It wall bounces, so you can confirm off of that. You can just either catch them before they hit the ground, or you can OTG them. You can also do this in the air. It's a bit faster and knocks them up higher. But do keep in mind how wall bounces work in this game. So like, it wall bounces, right? But like, if I do this, this way, right? Yeah, see? The air one recovers pretty quickly, and so I can move like almost immediately after it's done. So if I try to move forward to try to confirm off of it before it wall bounces, I'll move the wall, because the way walls work in this game is they're based off a distance, or if there's a corner. Like if there's no corner, it's based off a distance. So if I move forward, I'm making I'm closing the distance between us, and therefore no wall is being created. However, if I move backwards or just wait, she'll wall bounce in immediately. So wait a bit and then dash forward. Alright. Oh yeah, fun fact, the air version does not have hit stop. So I blocked that, right? still blocked it after the super flash. So you can block this on reaction, and she does it in the air, has no hit stop whatsoever. In fact, because of that, you can do whatever you want if you're good, which I'm not. There you go. So you can DP after the flash. You can do another super. Wow, I'm not getting it. I'm not really good at timing this. Point is, you saw it. You can do it. Alright. So, it has no hit stop. Next is Fenrir Drive. This is pretty much her damaging super. It goes really, really high. It's not a hit grab. It's also a really, really fast super. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6 frames? I think I counted that right. It's 6 frames. So it's pretty quick. Not much else to say about it, really. It's just kind of your damaging super. Then you have your level 3. So this is a projectile. It can also interact with other projectiles. Wow, I missed. There, I hit it. See? I hit that. So like, it can take out other projectiles and still persist, although it goes at an upward angle, so it's not really good for stopping zoning. It's pretty much just combo fodder as well. I see it hit the Riglet spike and took it out. Wow, it's missing. There you go, see. Real quick. So like, oop. Forgot. Right, there we go. I don't want to be falling. So real quick, it does that much damage, right? So this super does way more damage if it's counter hit. So you see the number as 6.1, right? So if it's counter hit, it goes all the way up there. Like, it's crazy. In the corner, you can combo off of it. Alright, you know, you can do whatever. So yeah. There's not much to say about it. That's all you can really say about it. It's there. It's a standard level 3. She's not really a complicated character. She kind of just air dashes around. She moves forward or she moves backwards. She moves through the air, she moves on the ground. She's like not really complicated, and she doesn't really cover a bunch of different angles. Last thing to say about her is her snap. Her snap's bad. Like, it does not have a good hitbox on it. I mean, it does snap things, right? It'll snap in the next character. It'll break armor. Snaps break armor in this game, because you didn't know. I guess I can show that really quick. Right, so that's armored. So hit 2 hits, and she still goes through. Snap breaks it immediately. Sweep breaks it immediately. Snap is really, really bad. It has not a good hitbox on it. So yeah, that's pretty much it to say about Filia. Again, just to go over real quick, she has some pretty decent normals. She has some anti-airs in her kit, but they are good for their attack box, but they suck for their hurt box. She's really fast, being the fastest air dash character in the game, because she's able to air dash on frame 5 from leaving the ground, as opposed to like 6 or 8. One character air dashes at frame 8, so he's pretty slow. She has really good buttons for pretty much whatever she really wants to do. She does have a lot of like throwaway buttons, so like her stand light kick and her stand medium kick, they're kind of like whatever. Supers are good, like they're okay. She's not a super amazing or in-depth character, but she has a lot going for her. She's really fast, she can do resets really quickly. And yeah, that's pretty much your Filia rundown. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I do plan on doing this with the rest of the characters, you know. Probably just gonna go in order of when they were released, or how I remember they were released anyway. So who knows, if I get the order wrong, don't sue me. Yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you have any like critique, or if you like, you know, think there's anything I can do better with these videos, leave a comment. And I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one.